Here we have a primary color temperature mixing chart. The purpose of this chart is to show you the variety of colors you can make from just your 6 primaries. Also, it can show you how color temperature affects your mixing, affects the outcome on colors. So what you want to do is create 6 columns with 1 by 1 inch squares. At the top of each column, you want to dab a little bit of a primary color straight out the tube. You should have the 2 yellows together, 2 reds, and 2 blues going along the top. Then on the side of each row, do the same thing, except if you're starting with the yellows here at the top of the columns going to your right, you want to start with the yellows at the bottom of your rows and going up this way. The colors on the top will be your dominant color. So that means that at least 50% of the mixture will be this color as opposed to what's on the side. If you look at cadmium yellow here and ultramarine blue here, cadmium yellow is the dominant color. Therefore, we get this green. If we mix those 2 colors together here, start with the cadmium yellow as the dominant color of this mixture. And we'll add a bit of ultramarine. Need to add a little bit more. Remember, my colors are up here, and I'm mixing on my palette. There we go. That's the green that we're looking for. I can add a little bit more if I want to darken this green. Just a tad. There we go. So still, yellow is the dominant color. Just that blue compared to yellow is such a powerful color. Okay, now this is the cadmium yellow, and the ultramarine blue gets you this green here. But if we were to scroll over here to ultramarine being the dominant color and then your cadmium yellow being the secondary color, that changes our mixture considerably. There we go. There is a green, but it is considerably darker. We're using the same 2 colors, cadmium yellow and ultramarine blue. However, when the ultramarine is the dominant color, we get this green here, this darker green here, but when cadmium yellow is the dominant color, we get this much lighter green. So you'll see it throughout the color chart. So this will be a really good reference for you. So you're going to do this with every color. Once again, the hue that is on the top is the dominant color, whereas these will be more of a secondary. Here we have your color matching chart. What you are to do is to find some color swatches. If you don't have access to color swatches, you can find a piece of fabric or a piece of colored paper. I would not try to paint something that has a really intense color, just because it could be a little hard. Definitely stay away from neon colors as well. you're in the painting room, there is a pot with swatches in them in the gray cabinet. So if we're trying to get this pink color here, or this blue, or this green, the whole purpose of this exercise is to get you thinking about what colors to use. In painting, you don't always have to match the color exactly, but it is important to understand how to get to that color. If I'm trying to get a color close to this pink, I want to utilize the 4 aspects of color, 4 color charts that you've previously done. First thing, obviously, is hue. Pink is a red, so I have red here. To get pink, I add some white. So I have now the same hue, but I need the same value. This pink and this pink are 2 different values. This is a much lighter pink. So when thinking about value, I need to lighten it up. So I add some white to this. Actually, since red is such an overpowering color, take some of this mixture, isolate a little bit of that, add white. It definitely lightens it up. Put this back in. So this brings us closer to the value, but if you notice, maybe you can see it on there, the pink that I've mixed has more intensity than this pink. So what I need to do is desaturate this pink a bit more. And the way I desaturate it is I use its complement. Complement color to red is green, so I need to mix me a green really quickly. I can either mix me a green or just add blue and yellow to this mixture, but I like to just do a quick mix. I'm gonna just leave that's on here. And so with this, you can start playing around with, okay, what does it need now? This is still too dark. It's definitely desaturated a lot more, but I want to lighten it up. See what that does to my mixture. That's probably a little too light. So it's getting close. So I feel that maybe this color needs a little bit of white. And also I can see that it's warmer than what I have. My mixture is pretty cool. This seems a lot warmer, the swatch here. So I'm gonna add a little bit of cadmium yellow to this, play up the temperature, warm this up a bit, and that gets me closer. I think that does it. So my mixture is still a little more desaturated. It's something I could live with for now. Do this 3 different times with 3 different colors, and just use the 4 aspects of color from your previous color charts to think about what steps you need to take to get to match this color. What we have here are color relationship charts. When working with color, something very important that you need to know is that no color exists in a vacuum. We perceive color based on the other colors around them. Colors rarely exist with nothing else to influence how we're reading them. So this chart is a really good way of illustrating this. If you notice here, you have orange, blue, and you have these two greens that are surrounding it. These are the same greens, however, this green looks a lot lighter, warmer than this green here because these greens are being affected by the colors that are at the center. This is affected by the blue, this is affected by this green. Same with these two colors here. We're reading these, both of these colors are affecting one another, so it changes how we read. Here, you're going to create a chart like this. So what you're going to do on sheet of canvas paper, you're going to take blue, made 6 brush strokes, stabs of it 6 times. It has to be the same blue. Do the same thing with the orange. It doesn't necessarily have to be blue and orange, but it should be a warm color and a cool color. Then what you're going to do is mix a variety of other hues. I have the list in the assignment sheet of what you should mix. I have a couple of colors here. I think in all you should be mixing 6 different ones, but I just have a few here I want to show you. So let's take this, let's start out with this pink that I mixed. And I'm going to put this pink around this orange and this blue. It is very important that you use the same mixture for both colors. So here we have 2 pinks. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I can see that this one is appearing much cooler than this pink here. So I went ahead and mixed 2 other colors just to finish out these charts. You have a yellow here and an orange here. So now that I've finished my chart here, I can definitely tell a lot of difference in how I'm reading these colors. Something to keep in mind when you're applying these colors is to try to have as little bit of white in between your center color and your surrounding color. I have a little bit of white there, right here, but definitely try to keep it to a minimum because the white affects how we're reading these hues. But some of these differences really stand out to me, especially in this orange here that I mixed. This really dark orange surrounded by this lighter orange reads a lot differently here. This orange definitely seems a lot more brown. This one seems a lot more red. These 2 greens are reading a lot differently as well. This one definitely is brighter. It reads as brighter, warmer, whereas this one reads a lot cooler. These yellows, right? This seems so warm, whereas this seems so much cooler, so much more subdued. So, and again, remember that these yellows are the exact same color, the exact same mixture. It's just based on what it is around. And so having knowledge like this comes in handy when you're painting and you know what color to place beside another to get a particular effect.